come on in.
Hi, I'm Emily.
And I'm Bertold.
This is Clark.
When Emily and Bertold Haas and their twin sons moved into a small Austin cottage 8 years ago, it was a tight fit. But instead of adding on, they turned the outside into a magical garden.
We come in the back door always because we consider this our living room.
I had an inspiration when I went to Avignon one time and I saw a beautiful grotto. And the day I came back, I started building.
He was so passionate about it that he would come home at night when it was already dark and he was exhausted, and he would just start building on this in the dark. Now, having had a grotto, I can't imagine life without one.
The 950 square foot house has only one bedroom and bath, but a generous living room, formal dining room, and a cozy kitchen.
I love this kitchen because it just feels like just the right size where you can actually sit in the kitchen like in the old days. Bertold taught me how to tile, so I just started slathering everything in tile. I put down these floors, and I like the spot where I've worn it down because it shows we don't have a dishwasher. I'm the dishwasher, and so that's my spot. I remember once seeing Wolfgang Puck interviewing Julia Child, and it's Julia Child, and her kitchen is maybe 3 feet by 4 feet. If Julia Child didn't need any more room than that, why should any of us have gigantic kitchens?
Off the kitchen is the dining room, which is used for much more than just dining.
I love this room because it's a multi-purpose room. We read and draw and sit together with friends and have dinners, and even though it's a small room, people never mind sitting close together.
One of Emily's most cherished possessions is a painting that brought her and Bertold together.
When we first met, he was a painter, and I just fell so in love with his art before I met him. And I thought, whoever painted that, I'm going to fall in love with that person. And sure enough, I did.
The homey living room is filled with Victorian touches, but the focal point is a dramatic fireplace.
Oh dear, I love this thing so much. It used to just be a real plain, like 50s school brick. And Bertold had gone to visit his family in the Black Forest, and I was home alone for about 2 weeks. And so I thought, that fireplace needs some help. So I started just seeing shells, so I started putting shells all over the front. Sounds easy, it was harder than I thought.
Personally, I'm not partial to the whole undersea theme, but I like that they've done a funny take on a traditional Victorian fireplace. It looks really classic, but you look more closely and you realize they've done something really dramatic and personal to it.
The home's one and only bathroom looks like it came from an earlier era.
This little bathroom is the biggest transformation of all. It was quiet. It was the ugly duckling. It had some old 50s kind of plasticky sink and blue bad tub and Formica. And so we found this great old pedestal sink and put in a little child's tub. It's the only bathroom in the house, and we all somehow managed to make it work because I wanted to create a space that was as beautiful as everything else.
This place actually works because you have to take it to that absolute finished detail. You can't do it halfway, and you can't stop at the pillows. You have to take it all the way.
Emily spent nearly 30 years as a television writer, so her family built her a tiny getaway in the backyard where she can work.
So this is my trusty writing house, which is tiny, which is just how I like it because I can concentrate. I have too much space, can't think as well. And I love it so much because my twin sons, Nikolai and Simon, built it for me.
So she's like, I want an office, and instead of thinking of having another room as an office, she's like, why don't we just build one, which is kind of like my parents' natural train of thought, I guess. And so we were happy to do it.
And this is my shell kingdom, which absolutely thrills and delights me. The second I step out here, I feel like I'm home. I'm a shellaholic. It's pathetic. What I do is I have all of my things organized, like this is my coral box, and I make these giant old mirrors that I find, and then I just start going. I let the shells kind of tell me who they want to be with. think everybody needs to create a magical space for themselves. This house, for me, is a dream. I think it's more of a human scale.
Next, 330 square feet, wood paneling, and a bed in the kitchen. See what one LA man has done with it.